Mark James.
Okay. Hey friends, nice to meet you all. My name is indeed Mark James and I came all the way from England. Alright, now the time is just after 10:15, which means there is a chance that this will be the final magic show you will see this evening. And with that in mind, it is my job to sweep up the magical crumbs of your expectations. So here's what I want to do. I take that job very seriously. I brought along a checklist. These are all of the things that I promise, guarantee you will see in this show. We'll get to them all as we move along, but I do need a checklist checker. I'm going to ask, sitting right on the end here. Hello there. What's your name? Ashley, great. Would you mind being my checklist checker? All you got to do, Ashley, is take that checklist, and occasionally I will... Oh, sorry, Ashley, I've dropped that there. Ashley, occasionally I will refer to you. I will ask you to check that we're all on track, and sometimes I might get lost, and it'll be your job to pull me back on track, and we'll go as we go. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Great stuff. Everyone say hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Good work. Okay. Ashley, let's begin. What is item number 1 on the list?
A British guy.
Hi, my name is Mark James. I came from England. You know what? I have the accent. I kind of got the old-fashioned suit, but I guess that with your expectations, maybe that wasn't quite British enough. So let's rewind back a second. Ashley, I'll ask you the question again. What is number 1 on the list?
A British guy.
Hi, nice to meet you all. My name is Mark James. Come all the way from England. Home of bad food, worse weather. It's great to be in America. Ashley, item number 2, please.
Mind reading.
Mind reading. You know what? I knew you were going to say that. That's not mind reading, I wrote the list. All right, let's get started. I promise that of all the things you will see tonight at the Magic Castle, this is about to be the best. Watch closely. Sitting right in the front row. Hello, my friend. What's your name?
Tyree.
Tyree?
Yeah.
Correct. Tyree, please choose any number you would like from 1 to 5.
Do I tell you?
Yes, please. I'm not a mind reader.
3.
Number 3? I know, it keeps getting better, baby. Keeps getting
How did
better.
he do that?
I know. Well, Tyree and I actually know each other, and he told me he was going to choose 3, so he forced me to explain it, I will. Okay, what is item number 3 on that list?
A vanishing elephant.
A vanishing elephant
Yes.
in this room. Okay, fine, friends, tonight, for your entertainment pleasure, live in the Parlour of Prestidigitation at the world-famous Magic Castle, a vanishing elephant. This is Dave. Don't worry, I know he's a little smaller than you're expecting, but I've been dealing with that my whole life, so why stop now? Dave goes down inside of the makeshift bag. Watch closely, here we go. Wave and a snap, and Dave is gone! Woo! So, you know, if comedy's on that list, you can go ahead and tick that off right now. Right, okay, before we move on, comedy is on the list, good. Some of you signed cards before the show began. There should be 8 cards here altogether. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great stuff. We will come back to those soon. Tyree, would you mind looking after those for me? Just slide them into a top pocket if that's okay. And they will come in handy when the time is right, but the time is not right now. Let's keep going though. What is the next thing on the list, please?
After comedy.
After comedy, yes.
The world famous cup and ball trick.
Perfect timing. The world famous cup and ball trick. All right. Now, the world famous cup and ball trick needs only 3 things. One of them is a cup, one of them is a ball, and the third is going to be one of you. But don't worry if I ask you to join in. I'm not going to bring you on stage, make you look silly or anything like that. I love that you're volunteering someone. That's a great way to volunteer. What's your name? No. This isn't a ventriloquism act. What's your...
Shantae.
Shantae. Okay, great. This is Shantae. Everyone say hi, Shantae. Hi, Shantae. Shantae, say hi, everyone.
Hey everyone!
Good work. Shantae, have you ever played the cup and ball game before? It's really easy. Here's what you got to do. Keep your eyes on this ball. Sometimes it will be inside of my hand. Sometimes it will be back inside of this cup. And every now and again, it will be in my pocket. It's your job to guess. But do not worry if you get it wrong. Because everybody can see that I talk fast. I move fast. But most importantly for this trick, I cheat. But as we just became friends, I'll be honest with you about how I cheat. Watch close. I place the ball down into the cup. Once the ball... Okay, I really put the ball down into the cup. Once the ball is in the cup, I turn it over quickly. That, Shantae, is to try and confuse you. It's hard to tell where it is. I'll be honest, if you say it's in the cup, I'm going to sneak it in the pocket. You say it's in the pocket, I'm going to sneak it back underneath the cup. Because that is how the trick works. I know, right? Don't worry, I didn't swallow the ball. If you swallow a ball this big, it hurts. Twice. Take your time on that, alright? I love your reactions. It's like a David Blaine video from the If that door was open, you could run away at the end of the Just remember, when it looks like I take the ball out, that's when I sneak it in. But if it looks like I sneak it in, that's when I take it out. So guess the opposite of whatever you think you should be fine. Shantae, you ready to begin?
Yes.
Let's begin. Here we go. Watch the ball closely. Does she not normally blink, or is that a brand new thing? You're giving me that stare that you only see in Netflix documentaries. Calm down, Ted Bundy. We're just trying to have some fun. Here we go. All you got to do is tell me, do you think the ball is inside of the hand, or is it in the pocket? Don't forget, I always sneak it underneath the cup. Remember, it is called... Actually, Shantae, can you snap your fingers? Nicely done. It is called the cup and ball trick. Let's do a 50-50. Shantae, which hand, left or right? Never take your eye off the cup. Remember, it is called the cup and ball trick. All right, let's up the ante. This time we will play for £50. Just raise your hand if you are in the law profession. £50, that's like going to the bathroom to take a pee right for you. I'll play for £50,000. Hey, £50,000 is a lot of money. If I were to give you £50,000, you could probably get a cocktail at that bar. Alright, here we go. Shantae, watch the ball closely. Where do you think it is right now?
The cup.
Underneath the cup. Be honest with me, have you seen this trick before? Thank God, because that's where I keep the lemon. It's a great... Please, hold your applause. If you're going to do it, let's do it all at the same time for the orange. So, that, friends, is what we call a sleight of hand magic trick. And now that we are well and truly on a roll... Don't worry, nobody thinks that's funny in England either. Let's find out what's next on the list. What is next on the list?
A free magic lesson.
A free magic lesson. Okay, great. You might not know this, but as well as being a great place to see magic, the Magic Castle is also a great place to learn magic. So let's do that now. I'm going to show you a nice easy trick, and then at the end I'll teach you exactly how that trick is done. It's an easy trick using one of these, a red handkerchief. What I really like about this trick, by the way, is that it looks like a magic trick. You see someone waving around a red handkerchief, you know they're a magician. Then you can cross the street and avoid them at all costs, right? This is the only thing in Hollywood you want to avoid more than the offer of a free rap CD. Watch this. I have 6 of those. I'm a sucker for that thing. All I need to do now is just jump back 10 years and buy a CD player. Right, here we go. Watch close. We place the handkerchief down into the fist, a wave and a snap, and it becomes an egg. Because the handkerchief has, of course, jumped back into my pocket. That, friends, is the trick, and I hope that you liked it. Now I'll tell you how it's done. All you need are 2 handkerchiefs and one of these. A fake egg. This is what we call a magician's egg. That does not mean that it was laid by a magician. I'll be honest, not a lot of things are, but enough about my life. So, give it to your friends and announce you are about to perform an incredible illusion. Enjoy this moment, because when you start saying things like that, you don't have friends for very long. Take out your red handkerchief, but at the same time, take out your fake egg so that nobody notices. Keep your hands in a natural position. This part is what magicians call palming. Then take the handkerchief in the same hand as the fake egg and wave it around. This is what magicians call creating misdirection. Then secretly pass your fake egg from one hand to the other. This is what magicians call secretly passing your fake egg from one hand to the other. Once you've passed your egg, which is not nearly as painful as it might sound, all you have to do is wave and snap, reveal the egg, then reach down into your pocket, take out the second handkerchief, and receive your well-deserved applause. Well, at this point, you must be careful, because every now and again, somebody will spot the hole in the back of the fake egg, and that will ruin the trick. That will usually be a kid in the front row. My friend, would you mind helping me out? Could you pretend to be an 8-year-old child? What's your name? Tanner. Okay, Tanner. When you see the hole in the back of the fake egg, all you've got to do is shout, "That's a fake egg!" Okay. And I'll show you how to deal with that situation, or how we would deal with it in England. You ready, Tanner? Here we go. I have an egg.
That's a fake egg!
Shut your face, kid. What's it got to do with you anyway? We can't get away with that here. This is the Magic Castle. So I'll say this. Sure, I have a fake egg, but I'm still a real magician. Okay, fine. I'll prove it. Okay, let's keep moving along. What is the next item on my list, please?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, my favorite part. Here's why. Tonight you've probably seen a bunch of magic already. Now magic is accomplished in a ton of different ways. I mean, there are the principles that go behind building grand illusions. There's timing, there's misdirection, there's choreography, there's scripting. I mean, you're just laughing like anything now. This is great. I'm your best friend. I love that. I'm glad that you're here. Don't hold it in, just let it out, man. We came to party, right? One of those things, though, of course, is sleight of hand. So how can you ever be sure that a trick was accomplished using sleight of hand? Well, if the magician is good, you can't. Except tonight, I'm going to tell you this next trick is entirely done using only sleight of hand, and I need those cards, please, Tyree, if I may. 8 cards, signed by all of you. Now, in order to double check that they really are your signed cards and not duplicates, thanks so much, that I switched in or anything, we're going to confirm each and every single card. If you see your card or I read out your name when I look at them, just say, "That's me," and you'll know that I had your card. So we have Gabrielle's 3 of hearts. Okay, great stuff. I mean, the line was, "That's me." I like you changing that. It's only a few seconds apart. Not everyone in LA wants to be an actor, it seems, but that's okay. Let's try again. Gabrielle's 3 of hearts.
Here, yeah.
Nope. Gabrielle, are you in the legal profession too?
What? No.
Okay, because I hear specifics are quite important. So. Third chance. That's me, all right?
That's me.
Yeah, I know. I haven't said it. Gabrielle's 3 of hearts.
That's me.
Nailed it. I can't read the signature, but a Queen of Clubs.
That's me.
Nice work. Thank you up front. An 8 of spades. Tim.
That's me.
That's you. Great stuff. A 10 of spades with Noah.
That's me.
Thank you, Noah. 10 of hearts with Shantae. That must be you. Oh, you didn't get to say the line.
You stole my line.
I'm so sorry. 10 of hearts with Shantae.
That's me.
Very good. A 9 of clubs with Tyree.
That's me.
How could I forget that? A jack of hearts with a blue squiggle.
That's me.
Very good. Nice work. And last but not least, an ace of spades. Tanner.
Here.
There's Tanner right there. Okay. You say here, but that's okay. But I mean, you got to hear 7 other people do it first too. There's no That's okay. So we have 8 cards, and they all have your signatures across the front. That means that there can be no switching, changing. It really is only your 8 cards. As well as that, by the way, we also have this empty pocket right down here, and as well as that empty pocket right down there, we have this empty. This reminds me of when I was a kid. We used to have a guy in our neighborhood did this amazing elephant impression, and it started exactly like this. That's just. Well, you know him too. Okay, fine. So check this out. A little trick with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, and here's the idea. I'm going to make these cards jump one at a time individually from my hand up here and hopefully land in one of my 2 pockets. I won't tell you which one because that's the only advantage that I have, but hopefully one at a time those cards will travel from here into one of my pockets. Now, good sleight of hand should be invisible. That's why the first card already went. Card number 1, 3 of hearts, signed by Gabrielle. That's me. Please hand that back. Now, good sleight of hand is not always met with the sound of applause. But it should also be instantly repeatable. So that is number 2. There we go. That is the Queen of Clubs. I believe that one was. That's yours. Thank you. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. Watch closely as the next one travels down to... remember sometimes I said it can go in the other pocket, so... Oh, wait. Every now and again I miss completely. Noah. Let's see now if we can make those 5 become 4. Look at that, the next one. Remember this pocket was empty a second ago, but all of a sudden another card has appeared. That is the 8 of spades with Tim. Thank you, Tim. Where's Tim? So we have 4 left, and I like the look of this ace of spades. Tanner, your card was the ace of spades, right? Watch the 4 cards, a little wave, and they become 3. Because the next one left, remember this card pocket was empty a second ago, but now it has a playing card in it. That is Tanner's ace of spades. Now the best way for you guys to catch this happening is to watch the 3 cards at arm's length. If half of you watch this hand and half of you watch this hand, you should see the moment that it travels right like this, and the extra one, Shantae, goes down into my pocket. Thank you. Okay, we have 2 cards left. We have the Jack of Hearts and the 9 of Clubs. Whose card was the 9 of Clubs? That was your card, Terry, and whose card was the Jack of Hearts? Okay, great. Terry, which one's going to go next? The Jack of Clubs, or, the 9 of Clubs or the Jack of Hearts?
Jack of Hearts. Jack
of Hearts is going to go next. Watch very closely. 2 cards. And this gets really tricky for me now because there are only 2 cards left and I only have 2 hands, so it's pretty tough to misdirect, do sleight of hand, all that stuff. And yes, just like that, the next card went. Only 1 card remaining, which means the Jack of Hearts is gone, leaving behind the... Terry, you look confused. What happened? Oh, sorry, the 9 of Clubs should have gone. That's why I left it up here. And now... Okay, that gives us 1 card left. Now there are a bunch of ways to make it look like a card has vanished and turned invisible, all using various forms of sleight of hand. It doesn't really vanish, it just looks like it does. This isn't something that you couldn't do too, by the way, if you were willing to have no friends as a child like I was. That's okay. For this last one, I may need some help. What's next on the list?
Real magic.
Real magic. Ah, well, for real magic, we are going to need some magic words. Tyree, do you watch Harry Potter or anything like that?
Yep.
You do? Okay, well don't worry, I've brought on a little checklist of magic words. There's a few on there, abracadabra, hocus pocus, alakazam, Wingardium Leviosa, and open sesame. Which one would you like?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa! Watch close as that final card vanishes completely. And now that the card is gone, it will, for the final time, reappear inside of
I'm gonna crunch
Sorry,
I don't want to reach in there, but you unzip very Don't worry. You were ready to, I can see you. I've never seen such enthusiasm in the front row. We have a problem. We have a missing card. What's next on the list?
Mystery.
Mystery. Well, we do have a mystery, a missing playing card. Sort of like a detective mystery. I'm not going to be able to find this card, but I think I know someone who can. This is going to be like one of those old detective shows. The name is Dobson, Detective Dobson. I was in my office one night thinking about the strangest day, the strangest case I'd ever had. A missing playing card. I'd woken early that morning and it felt like dawn, but I was wrong. It was Susan. I looked around the room, the curtains were drawn, but the rest of the furniture was real. This isn't about to get any better, okay? There was a horse's head on the pillow and the light was on, which is really strange. I mean, I don't normally sleep with a light on. And who would? Well, light sleepers sleep with a light on. I'm a hard sleeper, so you can work that one out for yourselves. At that point, a woman burst into the room, opening the door in her pajamas, which I thought was a strange place to have a door. She thanked me for a wonderful night. She told me I was the most well-endowed man she'd ever met. I think she was pulling my leg. She asked me to meet her at the bars that night, so I agreed and she left. There was a sleeping pill on the side cabinet. I woke it up and I took it. Later that night I headed down to the bar and in she came. She looked beautiful in this red dress. Oh, I did spot this kind of embarrassing mole on her shoulder. He was jumping up and swinging from her earrings. She also had a glass eye, but she didn't tell me, it just came out in conversation. We were on a roll. I said, what do you want to drink? She said, oh, champagne, I guess. I said, guess again. We ordered whiskey with real ice, none of that frozen stuff. When she took out a wallet, I instantly recognized it as being my own. Before I had time to ask why she had it, she reached into her purse and took out a small silver case. And from inside, she removed a single cigarette. As she put the case away, I spotted an engraving, perhaps a gift, 3 of the most beautiful words a person can ever hear. Made in China. Being a non-smoker myself, I thought I'd impress her with some sleight of hand, or as they say in France, le genre de moi, the quickness of the fingers. Je ne parle pas très bien français. I broke the cigarette in half and immediately rubbed the edges against my elbows to get just the right amount of friction to put it back together. Then I thought, why bother? I don't even smoke. She was having one and she asked me for a lighter, so I offered it to her. She looked surprised. I'd gotten too close and taken off her eyebrows. I said, you want to see a really big trick? She slapped me in the face and left. Turned out she hadn't heard me properly. I felt alone. I asked the barman to call me a cab. He avoided the obvious joke, so I went outside to wait. Outside, the cab pulled up with a jerk, but the jerk got out. And I got in. Took him back to the office where a man was waiting for me whose name was Tyree. Tyree asked me if I was on a case. I said, no, I'm really this tall. Tyree said, have you got any leads? I said, I don't even have a dog. Tyree told me he was missing a playing card, a 9 of clubs, I believe. I had no idea where the card was. What's next on the list?
An impossible ending.
An impossible ending. There's only one unresolved matter. The wallet that was handed back to me by the mysterious stranger. Inside, there certainly wasn't $50,000, so I'm glad that the cup and ball trip went fine. There's a Costco card, there's a gym membership, there's a debit card. Wait a minute, I never saw this before. There's an envelope. Not just any envelope, a sealed envelope with a small legal seal. Very unusual. I wonder what could be inside. As I hold it to the light, it looks like a small oblong object. Check this out. Inside, there is a playing card. An impossible ending would be a 9 of clubs with Tyree written across the face. And it would look like... Can I take my list back for one moment? How do I spell your name?
A-S-H-L-E-Y.
A-S-H-L-E-Y. To Ashley, signed Mark James, +447. Thanks, Ashley, so much. Friends, unfortunately, that is going to be all from me. I hope you enjoyed the show. I finished by saying that when I was 8 years old, I saw a magician on television whose name was Paul Daniels, a very famous British magician. It was on a Saturday evening. I sat on the carpet with my legs crossed and I watched the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. I decided I wanted to be a magician that day. I practiced magic every day for the next 10 years till I was 18 years old, and not a single person, apart from my mother, ever told me it was cool. Then I met some other magicians, and they told me about this place called the Magic Castle, where audiences turned up and actually wanted to see a magic show. It sounded an impossible idea, and it became an impossible place to get to when I found out it was in America. Because people who grow up where I grew up, in a tiny town in the northeast of England, do not travel to America to perform magic shows. It seemed like a dream, and every time I get to stand here and do this stuff, it feels like one. So thank you for being part of it.